Samsung's budget tablets haven't always hit the mark. They always seem to be missing something, especially when it comes in terms of value. But this A11 Plus, it might be doing something just a little bit different. And there's one component of this particular tablet that absolutely shocked me. So the A11 Plus is actually a significant upgrade over last year's A9 Plus or last gen's A9 Plus, because on that one you actually got a Snapdragon 695 CPU. Here you get the Dimensity 7300. And what that means in real world performance terms is Antutu's benchmark shows an uplift of 52% on the A11 Plus. But then referencing thing on Geekbench as well, single core performance is up by 17%, multi-core up by 42%. So that is a quite significant jump. But in real world terms, how that translates across is to things like gaming. Gaming on things like real racing here looks really good graphically, performs very, very well. Everything runs super smooth, no choppy frame rates, and you don't get any checkerboarding. Now on this tablet, you can't do any of the top high level performance gaming on things like Call of Duty Max running at like 60 plus frames per second, but it does do a really good job of being a hybrid between semi-serious gaming and more, I guess, budget-friendly associated gaming. Things like Mario Run all look really, really well, and actually Mario Run in particular on this particular tablet looks great, really, really good. And the other thing to mention here is the A11 Plus, although it carries a budget tag, so it does actually support quite a lot of Bluetooth devices, including Bluetooth keyboard. So you can then hybrid this from a productivity machine to a casual watching machine, and both work really, really well. And then on the battery front, this is a bit of a mixed bag. 7,040 milliamp hours on the A11 Plus with 25 watts of wired charging. Now on paper, that looks really good. But if you compare it to something like the Redmi Pad 2 Pro, that gets you a 12,000 milliamp hour battery and 33 watts of wired charging. And then video playback on the A11 Plus is rated for around 15 hours. So consuming content-wise, it may not have the greatest battery life, but overall in terms of performance, it's a significant upgrade over the A9 Plus. And on that playback front, this display is an 11-inch TFT Full HD display, 90 Hz, 206 pixels per inch, and it is a budget-friendly display, and it's reflected when you get into certain angles. You do lose some quality and visibility in terms of the viewing angles, and up close it isn't the most rich in terms of color and detail. But if you are watching content back on here, it does a fairly good job. Reasonably good brightness and vibrancy, really good HDR, and playback on here is generally as you'd expect, ideal for those who are looking to just have a bigger screen experience than their phone but don't want to lash out huge amounts of money, and is equally good at things like just browsing the web, especially because of that 90 Hz display. And then this tablet is also rated for something called Dolby Atmos, which is essentially an enhanced version of output. Now personally, you can judge yourself here for the demo, but output is good, not great as advertised.
But the days of plenty won't be here for long. These slopes are only free from snow.
And then on the design front, actually from the rear, I think it looks really, really good. This sort of like cut out with a Samsung logo on the back, aluminium back is also really nicely built, and then you do get a memory card slot at the bottom here. One thing that is really weird though is the positioning of the headphone jack, which is, I keep losing it, is just there, which on the face of it looks absolutely fine and goes straight in. But if you were to hold this in your hand to game or watch content, your palm sits directly on where that 3.5mm jack is, which is an incredible inconvenience. One thing I would say in terms of the OS component on the Tab A11 Plus, it does something that no other budget tablet that I've reviewed in 2025 so far does, and that is it gets you One UI 8 out of box and Android 16 out of box. Now, not seen on any tablet so far as I can recall, maybe those updates have come, but out of box, no. And it runs very, very well. Opening and closing apps is super fast and smooth. In terms of customization options, they are not limited in any way. You can do as you please with your display. It's not going to be at that top level of, say, like a flagship Samsung phone, but what you have here is a lot of the real goodness that Android 16 offers. And then things like multi-window, you can actually use this in two ways. You can have a split screen side by side in portrait mode, or you can have it up on top of each other, in landscape mode, and both work really, really well. The other component of this is AI is not very prominent on here other than Google Gemini, but you do get really good search functions, things like circle to search, using the camera to sort of detect a subject area and then bring up the relevant results, or you can use Gemini to copy and text and just sort of summarize it or expand on it or do research components of it. Those components work really, really well on the A11 Plus. So let's touch on quickly the pros and the cons of the A11 Plus in this review. The pros, the OS really works incredibly well. The latest OS, including Android 16. Display, again, I would say is a plus point overall, especially because of 90Hz display. Performance and expandable storage are all plus points. The only real cons I would say I have on the A11 Plus are going to be that TFT display maybe isn't as great a quality as it could be, and then those speakers do sound somewhat basic. But there's one component of the A11 Plus that we haven't touched on that legit shocked me when this came out. Had to double check it, and that was its OS updates, because this sub £250 tablet will get you 7 OS updates and 7 years worth of security updates. So we sit right now in 2025, 2032, this will get its last update, which is absolutely insane and completely separates it from every other Android tablet that we have used. In fact, we reviewed an Honor Pad 10 that was only scheduled for one OS update, and that costs significantly more than this, and this gets you 7. So that is a huge win. And overall, our experience with the A11 Plus has been very, very positive. It runs really well, looks really good, built really well, and at that $249 price point for that 6GB 128GB storage is a really, really good buy here in the UK. Sometimes you can even get it cheaper on sort of Black Friday, Christmas-esque promotions. So if you're in the market for a large screen tablet for Christmas or to gift, grab an A11 Plus. But let us know in the comment section below your thoughts on the A11 Plus and its 7 OS updates, and be sure to like and subscribe while you're there. Until the next one, as always, we out.